Okay, here we are out front of 44 Leyton in Bedford as we start the video walkthrough of the exterior of the property. The first thing to note is the roof is only a year old. Really nicely installed. It's a quality shingle. There'll be some detailed pictures in the report. And before I go any further, I wanted to discuss the front public walk. You can see several sections of the walkway have been replaced, but there is this section here which you can see this tree root is impacting it, and it's about an inch and a quarter of differences in surface levels which somebody could potentially trip. So anything above a quarter-inch difference, I do point out. You'll see the apron has also been recently redone, and the driveway itself we'll get to in a little bit. It's functional. There's no immediate repairs, but there is a lot of settling, especially in this back section here, which as I walk up there I'll show you. Pan to the front of the home. Sorry, we're kind of fighting the sun there. A few cosmetic items. You can see some painting needs here, and then some power washing needs with this algae on the front of the house. But again, that's just a cosmetic thing. And you'll see some more settling here on the sidewalk. This section has basically undermined and cracked, which creates a trip hazard from this approach as well. Some minor needs on the stoop. Really, that should be corrected with the concrete work and some minor tuck pointing there. But overall, the stoop's really solid. You'll see the home has also updated windows. They're not brand new, but they are newer vinyl replacement windows. You'll get a better look at those inside the home. They're all in really good working order. Gonna head back here. There's a sunroom addition at the back here, and also a new AC unit, which is in really good shape. It's too cold still, just barely. It's getting close though. It's actually a nice day here, but it's still too cold to test the AC unit, but it is nicely installed, and I would doubt you're going to have any issues there. The chimney is also in really good shape. There's been some recent repairs, and you see it does have a metal liner, which is always preferable. Spanning the back of the house here. Again, kind of the main overall issue on the exterior is some of this concrete settlement. You see this rear walk has settled as well, with the trip hazard in front of me here. One of the smaller electrical items, the exterior outlet should be ground GFCI or ground fault protected. It's just a modern safety standard, so I always recommend that. And here's that section of the driveway which I mentioned when we first got started. You can see these small pads have just kind of shifted and moved and settled over the years. And again, anything over a quarter-inch difference I call out in the report. Quick look at the detached garage. It's a nice garage. There are some minor electrical needs in there which we'll discuss. There's a nice surface drain improvement here, but the clay crock is kind of cracked in this section. No immediate repair needs that I'd recommend, especially just being an investor, but I do point that out because it's likely to appear on the point of sale inspection if there is one. So we're gonna head in. One issue with you see it's an older overhead door opener, and with that there really should be like an anti-reverse mechanism, which is a photo eye sensor. It's usually placed at the base of the track. That way if anything's in the path of the door will auto reverse and won't close, which could cause injury or damage to the door. So really probably the most cost-effective thing would be to update the garage door opener. Quick pan. It's a big garage, two-car garage. You'll see some moisture back here on the fiberboard wall. It looks like a past issue. I don't see any immediate reason for that, so I'll only recommend monitoring in the report, as you'll see. And then with the electrical, again, as with the exterior of the home, the garage outlet should be GFCI protected. A small thing here, you're missing a face plate, and then this this wiring here is loose with the junction box, so that should be improved. But all in all, really a solid exterior of the home. Like I mentioned, really the biggest need would be the concrete. So from here, I'm going to head down in the basement and begin the interior walkthrough. Okay, so now we're at the inside the home at the base of the basement steps. And immediately, an item worth noting are these 9 by 9 inch floor tiles, which are likely an asbestos containing material. So I would refer to my report for that. The tiles are in good condition, and really, anything with asbestos, it becomes problematic when the materials are disturbed. So as I said, there'll be more verbiage on that in the report. Come over here, you'll see there's a sink, wall-mounted sink that's dated. The plumbing is damaged on it. There is a commode here. And spanning this way, you'll see some plumbing drain updates, which is good. If I pan here, you can see the waterproofing material as I go through the upper section of the home. This was installed in 1997. So there may be warranties in place. I'd refer to that paperwork. I would think they've expired at this time. One thing, as you'll see in the report, I would recommend adding vertical support to the framing of the stair landing there. You can see it's no longer level. Everything's sturdy there, but that would just be a simple improvement that would go a long way. You'll see some open splices here on the wiring, noted. And really the main issue with the electrical system is the Federal Pacific panel. These issues are known fire hazards. It's obviously been here a long time with no problems, but in the home inspection industry, it's one of those things when we come across a panel made by Federal Pacific, the panel needs to be updated and removed. You'll see a look at the original knob and tube wiring, really common for a home built in this era. No need to do anything with it, replace it, but there are some further recommendations in the report, so I recommend you refer to that. And even there's some smaller issues like improper knockouts, but really that's a moot point because the panel should be replaced. The foundation structure is in really good shape. I didn't see any issues there. There is like a back little workshop area, and you'll see a sump pump which was added as part of that waterproofing improvements. The only thing there, you see there's some water in there. The pump works, but really that float should be adjusted so that it kicks on quicker and drains that bottom drain tile along the back there, this far one here. You see some signs of efflorescence, really common in block walls. And we're going to head this way over to the mechanical section. You'll see there is a working washing machine present. There's no dryer. It's set up for an electric dryer. A smaller electrical thing here too. As you'll see with the kitchen and the bath, there's some smaller electrical things throughout the home, but this outlet here should be ground fault protected to meet current residential safety standards. Just look at the furnace. It's in really good working order. It's from 2005, so 15 years old. It should have plenty of life. Always recommend annual cleaning and servicing there. It's due for cleaning now, as you'll see in the report. Look at the water heater, which was put in 1997. So that's on the older side. I see a lot of these old A.O. Smith makes that are still around, but I do anything that's past 12 years for a water heater, I do point out in the report. And you'll see one issue that I would recommend immediate correction to would be the gas valve, which is right here. That's just an antiquated gate style valve, which is no longer rated for use with natural gas. So that should be replaced to prevent any potential safety issues. And then we're going to head over to the finished side of the basement. Again, you see the majority of this area here is the asbestos tiles, with the exception of this wall here, which obviously was ripped up, I think, when they put that waterproofing material in. But again, you'll see the foundation walls are plumb, level, and in really good condition. So from here, I'm going to head upstairs and go through the rest of the house. Okay, so now I'm just inside the side entry door, coming up the set of small steps into the kitchen. First thing we'll see, it's an older stove and range top here. And as you can see, the gas has been turned off to that. So due to the age, I didn't turn the gas on when valves are off. I don't operate in case an issue were to arise. But just based on the age of the unit, probably the most cost-effective thing to do would be to upgrade it. Quick pan of what appears to be an addition that was added onto the home over the years, opening up some space. Shot of the cabinetry. This is one of the smaller electrical items you'll note on the report. These outlets here should be ground fault protected. Anything within 6 feet of that sink there. But you get a look at the interior view of the windows. All newer vinyl replacement. For the most part, they're in really good shape. I noted just one failed seal, thermal seal, on one of the living room windows, which you'll see in the report. And then the back section of the home here has this sunroom. You can see there's been some recent repairs when they did the roof. And actually, speaking of the roof, as we head inside here, the roof's in excellent condition, like I mentioned outside. And you'll see here's actually the paperwork. So when I say new, it's brand new. So I should say it's a year old, but it's in really excellent shape. So you have all your warranty information here too, and then there's also some information regarding the waterproofing, which was done in 1997. So it's good that they've left this information here for you. And coming into the bathroom here, you can see one thing to note: the sink. I don't know if you can tell, but there's water in there. The drain there is slow, and there's a few things here. There's no electrical outlet servicing this vanity top. Typically, the easiest thing to do would be to have an electrician reconfigure the switch here to accommodate that. And look, there's two bedrooms on this floor. The door there to that rear sunroom. And you can get a look. There's hardwood floors throughout the home. These are in really good shape here. And then finally we come into the living room. Again, you can see somebody, not me, but somebody had pulled up the carpeting to reveal that there's hardwood floors here. And even the main picture window has been replaced, which is good. Sometimes they'll skip that window due to the expense. And here is the, I don't know how well it's going to appear on the camera, but this is the window seal that was found. You could actually definitely see these marks here, which is inside the pane. So that window does not necessarily need to be replaced. It's something that can be repaired, but that will be noted in the report. And then we're going to head upstairs here. So the attic space has been converted to the living space, which is really typical for the homes in this, built in this era. And you see we'll come into this back room here. There is HVAC supply, which is good, so this can be counted as a bedroom. The windows up here have also been replaced. Just a quick pan. And we do have a few attic cubby spaces, which, as you'll see, I'll be noted in the report. There's a lot of fallen away insulation. Kind of pan that way too, you can see it there. Really, that should be replaced so you limit the amount of energy loss from the home. And then finally, this little room here, again with some attic cubby spaces with some more fallen away insulation, as you can see here. So that should be easy fix, but it should be done. And really, that wraps things up for the interior. and the video walkthrough. If there's any questions, please let me know.